got here? Well, Merry Christmas, everybody. Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. I just got to make sure everything is working here. Where do we want to go here? Test 1, 2. Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. Okay, that's good. KF3DJ, KF3DJ, VA3KBC. Are you there, Ron? I guess he's left. Let's see what else we can find here. Let's see what else we can find. Go there.
Some of that.
Whoop. Back up.
VK4 VPM.
VA3KBC. Was there someone out there calling CQ? Okay. Wow.
But save all the settings in and out. Choose those settings that I showed you in the pictures for VAC 1, VAC 2. Save it. Save the I'm sorry. And you have to resave the transmit profile. If you do not resave the transmit profile, it does not save VAC. So when you restart Thetis and you didn't resave the transmit profile after you change the VAC, when you reboot, it's going to reboot with the transmit profile. It's going to put it back the way you had it instead of saving it now the way you changed it.
Okay, gotcha. All right. Yeah, I'll mess around with this more later on, man. I'm gonna get ready to go to dinner. But I appreciate the help and everything there, and yeah, we'll get it going, man. We'll get it going. I'm determined. I know it can do it, right?
I sent you the video. Did you see how I have separate stereo channels for VAC 1 and VAC 2 in USB 1 and chat USB 1?
Hang on a second here. Let me see.
pictures, one of Act 1, one of Act 2, and I sent you the video of the road in operation. I would have never recommended the road had it done all the... There's a reason I chose the road. It has everything. You have all the Apex effects, and you get the dual stereo output where the drivers don't conflict. You have separate in and outs and drivers. You use the Windows ASIO driver, which is the best one, because there's no conflicts. There's no, I forgot what they call that. Conflicts, I guess. It's designed by Windows to work. It's not like installing an aftermarket driver and you have conflicts. One of the main reasons I avoid the Focusrite with Ditas is because you can't get the dual stereo channel.
See what's on 20 meters.
UHF, that's off the power supply. A Astron 70M, and that plug gets pulled out of the wall. So everything is isolated. That's the only way I can do it. Over.
Oh yeah, well that's all you can do. And if you take a direct hit, there's probably not going to make any difference anyway. But
Wonderful. I will eventually get used to it. KN4TC, back to you.
Charlie India 9.
Charlie Tango 9, stop. Execute. Charlie Tango 9. CQ17, CQ17, Charlie Tango 9, strong, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray. CQ17, Charlie Tango 9, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray. CQ17, Charlie Tango 9, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray. CQ17, Charlie Tango 9, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray. CQ17, Charlie Tango 9, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray. Charlie Tango 9, strong, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray.
Charlie Tango 9, strong, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray.
78 degrees.
Tango 9, strong, Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray, QFM.
Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie.
Kilo Bravo Charlie.
Yes, Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. Name's Don, and I'm in the community Lambton Shores, Southern Ontario, Canada. Over.
Roger, V3KBC 59.
59 with you as well, and it's Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie.
Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. You'll be known. Many thanks for the contact. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Ivan.
With Charlie Tango 9, strong, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray, QFM. CQ710, Charlie Tango 9, strong, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray.
So he's in Portugal.
CQ710, Charlie Tango 9, strong, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray.
He is in
CQ710, Charlie Tango 9, strong, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray.
Sao Vicente, Madeira Island in Portugal. So he is
CQ710, Charlie Tango 9, strong, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray.
3,529 miles away.
CQ710, Charlie Tango 9, strong, Union Radio 9, India, Delta X-ray.
I'll see what else is out there. Bypass.
CQ710.
I guess you'd call a extended double zip. Will have with open wire lead to it. And about 60
Actually, what I can do is bring that down, bring this up, and bring QRZ.
Yeah, well, that's good. Yeah, I've got it right at a 5.9 on you.
Bring his call up. Charlie Tango
Yeah, just come up here to call
9
out and tell you what was going on. Just
You
kind of killing some
are
time on this Christmas day.
IDX.
Got everything put behind us, so I guess I'll
There we go.
play radio
Ivan
this evening, Roger.
Bozenko, Portugal.
We're going to have a dinner here in about a couple hours, so I was just getting on the air here and what's going on before I go downstairs and help my wife start our dinner prep. We're going to have some guests, and they're not here yet, and it's time to talk on the radio, and then it's time to go down and cook some.
Wow, he's got a long page. Holy smokes, the antennas.
So anyway, I'm going to keep it short, Tim. Just tell you got a good signal into the Houston area.
So that's who I just spoke to.
Merry
Made contact.
Happy New Year, Tim.
Oh, the band's Jim. Yeah, they're dead, Jim.
W4ESW5VEK.
Hi, Rich. Yeah, it's nice to meet you, sir. Appreciate the call, and everything seems to be working here, so that's a good sign. Y'all have a great dinner and enjoy the meal and the fellowship there. You have a great one, Rich. KW4ES, and we'll be clear.
So there we go.
Whiskey Bravo 4, Delta Kilo Uniform.
don't see us on 20 meters.
His call sign is Victor Echo 1, Romeo Kilo.
Yeah, right. I'm sorry, I'm not copying the station there in Canada. Sorry, if you can hear me, I'm sorry you're not making it through to me at this late hour. I'm so sorry, but 73 is Merry Christmas. I'm gonna go QRT now. So 73 is good night, everybody. Bye-bye.
Good night, Rainer.
Yeah, Europe would be late at night there.
With John, of course, NU9N, and that group is still going strong down in the extra portion of 75 meter, 80 meter, the 3630 group, and they're all out to 10. They finally made it out to 10 KCs, Scott. You know, back in the day, you could hear it, okay, 3, 4, hey, we did it, you know, or then they fringed it 4.5. And then they finally got the, you know, like you said, the great Kenwood programs and that audio program and the 870 Kenwoods, the TS850s with the DSP 100s. Then they were in the 6 area. They finally reached 6. Now they're all on Anans and they're doing 10 KCs. So they're on every morning about 6:15. Back to you, KG4KTL and 4QNT.
Now I understand. Okay, so what they've done is they haven't gone dark on us. They've all transitioned to Anons and they're on a specific frequency for like a rag sheet type of thing. They get together. Well, that's cool, man. That they're still doing that. I know that a lot of the guys they have silent keys now. But at any rate, it's cool that some of them. I'm glad you gave me that info. It'd be nice to go down there and just check out what they're doing. Of course, I'd be able to go ahead and say hi because I haven't talked to them in a long time if they remember me. But I mean, to say that in order to get in there, you kind of got to be. I don't know. You would want to be. You'd want to have an Anan or have the ability to go, you know, and experiment around, like do what they're doing and stuff like that. And that'd be the perfect place. Like if you bought an Anan, that'd be the perfect place to be, wouldn't it? You know, here I got this Anan. Can you help me out, guys? And then yeah, they'd be more than happy to help you do it for sure.
Oh, 100%. And you know, they you know, there was mention a lot of guys were griping about being so wide and using up all that bandwidth. Of course, you know, we know when to be neighborly, we know when to use it, when not to use it. You know, that group way down there in the extra portion, let's just call it open real estate. It's untouched. I mean, yeah, sure, there's always going to be a couple of QSOs nearby, but it's come to terms where they know the experimental section of the band for audio, and there was a suit that was brought against them, and they lost. They lost in court. I forgot there is a docket number. It's out there. It's a PDF of the whole thing. The FCC, all the guys that try to bring it up against them for doing it, and they beat every single rule that's in 97. And it's experimental. What they said basically, it is okay if you're an AMer and you're on all the heavy metal, the heavy iron stuff, and you're out 12 wide with AM modulation. You're going up this so far, you're going down this far, you got a center carrier. Well, you're utilizing 10 KCs as a space. So the ESSB guys, the enhanced sideband, single sideband audio guys, well, they're using 12 wide. So we're 8 wide on one side of it. And what's the difference? So they're enjoying this full bowl 10 KCs of amplitude modulation, and those guys are using the same sliver, but they're just doing it on the other side of the carrier on sideband. And basically the judge said, there's nothing to see here, case closed.
That's true. I've heard about that, and I haven't looked at the PDF of it or anything like that. But, however, that said, yeah, insofar as I understand it, there's no, there's nothing that says you have to be 3K and less in your bandwidth on sideband at all. It doesn't say it. I mean, so yeah, doing the gentlemanly thing. I mean, you can be as wide as you want. I mean, what you said earlier, yeah, when you're an AM, they're wide. That's the nature of the beast there, isn't it? So. Yeah, having fun with it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with that whatsoever, as long as you're not bothering anybody, being courteous and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, so Damon had to come to a court battle, a battle. Well, that's what it was, wasn't it? To finally get their, get everything clear, I guess is what they did. I don't know how to phrase it, but anyway, they got all their ducks in a row and everything like that. And so they're, finally it's like, okay, fine, put your shovel down now. We can go ahead and do our thing.
100%, Scott. And another thing is, guys that run wide. The other thing is it's spurious emission wide. So let's use like some of these, some of these Yaesu transceivers that get a little bit out of control. They're not adjusting the AMC correctly, the automatic mic control, too much compression. They're flat top in the amplifier. They don't even know what linear means, right? They just want to see the needle buried to the right on every breath. And yeah, they might be 100 on the low and 3K on the high, but when it's all said and done, they're like 9.5 wide of splatter. Now that's the issue. That's when you're okay. You're not adjusting your radio or your linear correctly. Now, with that said, Tyler, and you might remember Tyler, John's good friend, KA0KA, he came up with the pure signal boxes for the input and output of the amplifiers to make them linear. So then the X and the Y transposes to an oscilloscope, and then you want to form a perfect trapezoid on a tune-up. And that would create a linear signal to be clean and do away with that harsh buckshot. But here, now we're on the Anan. I'm going to turn off pure signal. I'm not saying that I'm going to go splatter box here with pure signal off, but with the adaptive pre-distortion, I'll just do a quick two-tone to calibrate. And there we go. So now pure signal just configured the linear, and it's putting it back to the radio. And Dr. Warren Pratt's software for the adaptive pre-distortion is like an algorithm, and it just took my signal down to 58 in the third order. So no splatter whatsoever. So when I'm 4K, I'm exactly 4K. If I want to go out to 8K, it's you know what I'm saying? It's within the transmit bandwidth with no spurious emissions, whatever. Go ahead.
VA3 KBC.
There's a caller for you. I got what you said there. There's somebody calling you.
Yeah, that's DJ. Hold on one second, DJ. Just want to get the gentleman's reply. So you're right. So Scott, you're now with the Anans. It's also adaptive pre-distortion built into the radio. Go ahead.
Yeah, it's pretty cool to be able to do that. I mean, that was something unheard of. I mean, me doing what I did with, serial cables to my radio and so forth and so on and doing it, that was considered like, not many people did that back in, 03, 04. It was like, well, it's awesome. It's great to have met you. And I know you have friends calling you and probably wanting to wish you a Merry Christmas, I'm sure. I like your page. Before I let you go, I like your page, and I've been checking it out there, and man, you got some nice pictures there of all this. Look at this, man, it's like unreal. So I like how you have the cloud lifter in line also. That's pretty slick right there. If you're not going to be using a tube compressor or whatever, a cloud lifter will go ahead and get the job done. Absolutely. So yeah, man. Well, it was great to talk to you. I'll say 73 from Tennessee, and let's catch a friend there. And Merry Christmas from Henderson, Tennessee. This was KG4KTL.
Hey, Scott, just a minute.
All right. All right, Scott. Great to meet you. And DJ, go ahead.
Yeah, Scott. Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. Name's DJ here. Don, but I go by DJ. I am doing a live stream right now. And as a perfect example, you can see Art's signal. You can see my signal. But just up the band at around 14.228, I believe, someone's talking, and they have IMD up the kazoo, so you can actually see it on the waterfall, on my waterfall on the live stream.
That's interesting how you're able to, analyze everybody without any outboard gear. You just have your rig that does it all. Yeah, that's really killer. Well, guys, I won't keep you. There's a group in here now, and I got the thing here. But I heard you all talking, and even off the side of the beam, you have a good signal there. You're probably S8 with great audio out here in Tennessee. And I'll say 73s all around there. This was KG4KTL. Take care, guys.
Okay, the Lima station. All right. And Scott 73, Merry Christmas to you and your family. A great new year coming, and pleasure to meet you for the first time. And wow, what a great QSO. Really appreciate it. All the best to you from N4QNT. And it was at Lima station. Go ahead. All right, November 1, and I'm just missing the suffix, uniform something? Okay, yeah, there's something going on with your transmitter. There's like a wobble, like a very harsh wobble effect, like a voltage issue. So it's just kind of cutting out your, I finally made it to the last letter, but due to some kind of a wobble thing going on with your audio. But anyway, November 1, Uniform Lima, and just need the last letter.
INT QSL, over.
All right, November 1, Uniform Lima. This is Art Alfa Romeo Tango. My call is November 4, Quebec, November Tango, N4 QNT in North Carolina. And also on frequency is DJ VK3 KBC up in Canada. Go ahead.
This is King Kong 4 Bananas, over.
Well, no, I've been here for about 30 minutes. I called CQ and just got done with a QSO, and now I'm picking you up. I heard you come in with your call, so it's picking you up. And also, DJ is on the side. Go ahead. All right, Marco Island, Florida. Very good. Yeah, well, you're coming in quite well. Good solid S9 here to North Carolina, and good to meet you today. Hoping you're having a nice Christmas.
I'm not sure why you heard from one number. I had W2 ONB in my vicinity who did these high fidelity, almost 10 kilohertz wide single stripe and high fidelity tests. There was quite a while. I forgot when I stopped doing this, but we have all these followers who have single stripe and high fidelity. The wider the better.
Oh, yeah, that's the beautiful thing about experimenting. And, like right here with the click of a mouse, I can go basically to Arthur Collins. Let's give it a shot. So Arthur Collins would be, 2600. There we go. So Arthur Collins would be very proud right now. So we're 200 on the low cut, 2600 on the high. Gives you that kind of a McDonald's speaker. Would you like fries with that or orange Coke at the drive-through speaker? So, the audio of the pass could still be done instantly or go out to fidelity. So no problem with a click of a mouse.
Yeah, you're funny. I had a long talk with Arthur Collins at one of the ham conventions in a Playboy Club. I'm not sure you remember, there was these Playboy clubs. And Arthur Collins had a long talk about single stripe and the world and the rest. This was, 30 years ago. Fascinating individual.
I can only imagine, way after my time getting in. I got into the hobby about 81, but novice back then. And then, but read a lot of articles and what a fascinating person and inventor and just everything that he offered back in the day with all this gear and equipment, back when it was handmade with quality and workmanship, right? Just the cabinets themselves are incredible that house all the gear.
Yeah, I remember my father had a Collins KWM2 in a car, and we were in Italy, and he had a band spender antenna. That's kind of what you call a screwdriver antenna these days. So we had the Collins KWM2 in the car. The car didn't make any noises, so we bought from Geneva and also somewhere in Italy to Munich with It went actually quite well. And there was all the DC to DC converted to a huge number of spaces. And someone offered me a MK2 SDR not too long ago, but after that many years, all the plastic was very brittle. So if you touch the cover, anything is falling to pieces. It's quite a design. Yeah, I think you sound a little narrow than I remember Colin sounding. But as a compliment, you sounded much better before, Roger.
Yes. We'll go back to the standard transmit profile. But, well, it's certainly a pleasure to work you again, Ehrlich. I do recall a QSO probably a few years ago, but everything on your site is coming right back at me, remembering our QSO, just looking at your images and such. So always a pleasure and a great respect to work you. So I'm going to stand by just a moment. I know my friend in Canada came in on frequency, and he was on the side as well waiting. So very, very nice to meet you. 7-3, and I'll listen out. N1UL from N4QNT, Art in North Carolina.
Yeah, have fun with your friends in Canada, and thanks for talking to me. This is November 1 from New York.
7-3. And DJ, you still in there?
Yeah, I'm live streaming right now, so I was on 4040, was pretty dead. Thought I'd check 17, and then I made a contact to Portugal, and then I thought, well, I'll try 20 meters, and seen a nice clean signal. I clicked on it, and I thought, holy mackerel, you're booming in here. So yeah, so I am live streaming, and that station above up the band there, 14,220 something. Holy mackerel, he was terrible. So that's why I jumped in there, just so Scott, if he wanted to, he could see the difference between what a radio with like the Anan with pure signal and other radios that don't have that feature, what their signal looks like.
Yeah, it's funny, DJ, that dirty signal was coming from the SSTV, whatever that is, slow scan. The slow scan guy was, oh my gosh, he's hitting that amp really hard. It's probably some, probably has air conditioning ducts running through the amplifier to keep it cool with those, 2.5 minute transmissions. But yeah, that was looking pretty dirty. DJ, I'm going to stand by just a moment, right when the last station came in. I thought I heard someone else trying to come in as well. Actually sounded like some real nice audio, but I'm going to just stand by a second if there's someone else coming in.
Yeah, I'll let you carry on. I'm just going to listen here, and then maybe I'll scan some of the other bands as well. So take care, and Merry Christmas again, my friend. We'll catch you maybe tonight. VA3KBC standing by.
All right, DJ, great to hear you. You're 20 over and sounding very good as usual, but great to hear you. And, of course, Merry Christmas from N4QNT.
Well, I don't know what you consider good audio.
Now, wait a minute, Charlie. It's time to upgrade that Kenwood.
No. I've been sitting here listening to you, and I've been waiting for my opportunity to say you don't need no pure signal when you got pure audio.
I hear you. Oh, man. Yeah, there was a gentleman. I don't know how long you've been listening, but KG4KTL, Kilowatt Tango Lima, Scott in Tennessee. Man, he was bringing up all kinds of names from the early 90s. Go ahead.
No. Unfortunately, I did not get here at that point in time. I got there at pretty much the end of the conversation. And I will say the conditions aren't very conclusive. Conclusive is not a word I'm looking for, but very good right now. You're up and down, and I'm sure it's probably due to my receiving antenna that I'm using. But anyway, I couldn't pass up the opportunity to wish you a Merry Christmas and hopefully a Happy New Year upcoming. But needless to say, all I gotta do is say one word and you're gonna pop me. You always know who the hell I am. Now, how the hell do you do that?
I don't know, Charlie. I just have a knack for it. A very distinctive ear. Actually, you being a distinctive voice and good quality audio and I just learned characteristics of voices. John does that too, NU9N. This has been talked about where someone can just, it's almost like music in a way. You hear a couple of notes, right? Like name this 80s tune with one note, and the guy, he does it real quick, and you can name that tune, right? I don't know what it is with amateur radio voices on sideband. I can talk to someone 15 years ago. As soon as I hear just a few words, I remember their name.
Yeah. No, I wouldn't commit part. I'm pretty much the same way. I mean, I was spinning the dial by pretty quick, and I heard you know, whoa, put the brakes on. Damn, there's a QNT right there. So, yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. And of course, you know, I've always said trap in, trap out. So that's what you get when I key this rig up and start talking into the microphone.
Oh, no, man. Come on. That Kenwood is the STD. What is that, the 950 SDX with all the great mods done to it? Beautiful. That is one beautiful sounding radio, seriously. And, they're of course, technology comes and goes with everything. They're going to have their peaks and highs in popularity. Everybody wanted it at one time, and then some just want to keep it and keep it continuing. But then there's like myself, I'm kind of a tech guru here, and I'm loving computers and anything to do with a computer. So I'm going to hook my ham radio up to a computer, right, and use the mouse to do the filtering. So I just love SDR for that reason. But all right, Charlie, I'll listen out. I'm going to take a breather here. I've been transmitting for a while. I'm going to let this solid state LD Moss put it on some ice. But, beautiful, man. Great to hear you. I'll listen out.
All right, Art, man, you take care and enjoy. Appreciate you picking me up and recognizing it. But I will say this. Now, I'll probably never ever be capable of operating an SDR radio, so I'll always have to operate this SDX. I gotta have my knobs, I gotta have my buttons, and not for the reason that you think. I very seldom ever talk about this a bunch. I'm one of them blind Kirkwoods. I can't see squat, so operating an SDR radio for me is pretty much out of the question, unless I can say, like Star Trek, hey, computer, do this. Hey, computer, do that. Then I might be able to operate one. But then, until then, I'm going to be stuck in high intent operating this novel radio. 73C, man, take care and enjoy it. N4 QNT from K5, WOW. Bye-bye. Merry Christmas.
Very good. Okay, Charlie. And as you know, the artificial intelligence, the AI algorithms are being finely tuned as we're speaking right now, and it'll be on its way really soon. You'll interface that with just about anything, and it'll control it. It's unreal what's happening and what's going to happen. So you never know. You might have that AI Kenwood transceiver coming out. Hey, 7-3, all the best. K5WOW, N4QNT. All right. Not sure if you're still listening, DJ, but 7-3, we'll catch up later. I'm going to take a breather here. N4QNT, clearing the frequency.
Okay, take care, Art. We'll catch us all later. I'm still playing around here with the stream here. So 7-3, my friend, Victor Alpha 3 Kilo, Bravo Charlie. Anybody wanting to see what the stream looks like, you can go through my QRZ page or just go to YouTube directly and put in my call sign, Victor Alpha 3 Kilo, Bravo Charlie. Now, why is it not coming up?
Yeah, you're still hanging around VA3WU.
I'm still here, Victor Alpha 3 Kilo, Bravo Charlie. Rick up in Thorold.
Yeah, this is Rick in Thorold.
Okay, Rick, I'm off the side of the beam to you, and let me turn the beam up towards you.
Yeah, I think I've got my beam somewhere else too. I was just listening along to the conversation right at the end. I just fired up the Hermes light, and I just put a different boom in the shaft, and I just wanted to run some audio through it just to make sure that all the levels are going to stay the same. The distance of the microphones changed slightly, but not a lot. That's it. VK3AMP.
Yeah, I'm barely hearing you. I turned the beam, but it didn't make any difference. I don't know which direction you've got your beam going. I'm to the south here. I'm down by Sarnia. Yeah, I guess that's the best way to explain it. That's the closest is Sarnia. Yeah, I'm due west. I'm due west of you, 143 miles. So I'm due west of you. Turn your beam to the west. See, I always have QRZ up, and I'll put the call sign in. Then I'll go to detail and bring up the map, and then I can see, you know, what the location is, so I know where the bearing is and whether I need to turn the beam or not. But we're probably just too close for 20 meters. KK4RR, go ahead. Kilo 4, Romeo, Rick, go ahead.
Yes, gentlemen, nice to make your acquaintance today. I've heard you talking about Anans and Hermes, and I have one, and just recently put it on the air with a Hard Rock 50 driving Elecraft amplifier, and been struggling to get the audio right and get RF out of my audio, but I think I've been finally successful. I only know, let's see, forgive me, I don't know either of your call sign, gentlemen, so please one person pick it up. This is KK4RR.
Yeah, KK4RR, Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. We talked to you the other day there, Rick, and it was Danny, VE3DAG, that was helping you out, I believe, with the audio.
Yes, and thank you very, very much for doing so. And I think I've made some strides. I hope you find that this sounds okay. My last gremlin was getting RF out of the audio chain, but I solved that problem by changing mics.
Yeah, and just an FYI for you too, Rick, I am live streaming, so if you want to either go through my QRZ page, there's a live streaming link, or just go to YouTube and put in my call sign in the search, and that'll bring it up, and then you can hear yourself and then also see what your signal looks like.
Very nice. I like that. I'll do that. VA3KBC, KK4RR.
Yeah, there's about maybe 3 to 5 second lag there too, so which is normal when it's going over the internet. But like I said, it is helpful for guys that want to hear what they sound like and see what their signal looks like.
Thanks for that. Now, at this end, I listen to myself on a second receiver in the shack with just no antenna connected to it, and I think that's been very, very helpful. But I'd be grateful for your current opinion of how this all sounds put together.
Well, I don't have really the best ears for that. Art N4QNT's got the golden ears for that, but he's left taking a little bit of a break. But I hear some popping on your microphone, and I see by your picture, I don't know if that's the same mic or not. I put a pop screen on my RE27 to eliminate some of that. But anyhow, yeah, bring up YouTube, and that'll be there later on too. So, if you can't watch it now, you can go back later. And where are we now? We've been streaming for 47 minutes so far. So it's at the about the 46 minute mark. You can pick it up, but it's like I said, when I'm done, it'll still be there later on.
Well, thank you. And yes, I imagine a pop screen would be helpful. I had a EV microphone on before. This is actually a retired from service long ago Italian public address microphone, and I put it in live because the first mic just introduced a lot of RF in the audio and no amount of filtering seemed to. Ferrite's got it out, so I'll do that. I'll leave frequency to you and yours, and wish you the very best. Thanks for this free chat. I'm going to go on to your live stream. VA3KBC KK4RR.
KK4RR, Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. Very good, Rick. Yeah. You started to fade a little bit, so the band is changing, and we're at the top of the hour. I guess I missed the top of the hour. Here in Canada, we have to give our call sign every half hour, so we do it at bottom of the hour and the top of the hour. If we miss the bottom of the hour, we'll do it twice on the top of the hour.
Right, you have a bit of an advantage over in terms of frequency, but very nice. Thank you again, my friend. This is KK4RR73.
Okay, 73 Rick, KK4RR, Victor Alpha 3 Kilo Bravo Charlie. Well, what do we got over here?
Yeah, sure is. It sure is. Hey, one of these days we'll get together on DMR there. There's a good talk group I know where we could go.
For Japan, Mexico. Alpha Echo 4, Japan, Mexico.
I think you said at one time you had yours set up on Brandmeister. If you did, I'm escape.
Yeah, it's a Brandmeister talk group. A friend of mine.
Sir.
Kilo Zulu 4, Bravo Kilo. You sound great, and I'm looking at your profile. Very nice profile, David. Very nice profile. Like I said, please.
Part today. Now I'm having a hard time getting the part number in my head. But Merry Christmas to you, Senator. You won't get.
Nobody could figure it out. And they called in, and finally they were able to get the power company to do a priority restoration, and they got back online. But the troubleshooting continued. I'm gonna go to my personal call, Whiskey 4 Oscar Victor Tango Friday, and so
It looks nice, Carl. Hey, listen, whatever it takes to get a little heat and ambiance in the room, you know?
Oh, absolutely. At night, you know, when it's dark and just get the, well, I always like the little Christmas stuff on top of the mantle there. But yeah, no, I agree. And you hear the fire going to fluffering. You know what I mean? It's just nice, and it's warm, toasty.
W3OT. Hey, here comes a guy full of cake and ice cream.
Well, not yet, but in a little while. Anyway, Merry Christmas, guys.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to you, Rich.
I actually got in here at 2:45, and I'm thinking, well, I'm going to play on the internet, check my mail, and maybe the guys will show up today. And then my buddy Joe in Texas calls me, FaceTime, got a new iPhone 16 for Christmas, and he was trying to figure out how to do it. Called the wrong guy to do that, but anyway, I got mine working. And so we talked for like the last half hour doing FaceTime, but that got cut into my radio schedule, but no big deal. That was good, too.
That's like the blind lead the helpless.
That's exactly right.
I thought the new one was a 17.
Oh, you know what, Lou? I think there is one, but he got a 16.
Yeah, Carl, depending on his provider, who do you have, Rich? I wonder if he got a freebie out of it.
His daughter bought it for him, so I'm sure it's not a freebie. He's staying with the same plan that he has. I think he's with Verizon.
The provider, I think Optimum. Yeah, Optimum gives you two phones, the 216s, I believe.
Well, maybe that's his daughter got him. They each got one, Joe and his wife. But the daughter got them, and I don't know if she paid or picked up on a package deal. I have no idea how that works.
They've been trying to get me to switch to them instead of Verizon, but I won't, because Verizon I've been very successful with as far as the phones.
I was wearing them. I think it was wearing them. They were thinking.
Spent some time in the summer up in New Hampshire.
This is one of those bare bones kit, you know, where you go and buy they're like server power supplies, and I made it 4 of them together.
What's the output of that maximum?
1,200, 1,000, 1,200. They'll start going into saturation. I know people, I can change it.
Here, and my pump is powered for my water is powered out of this shack or my barn down here, and so I don't have emergency power on it or anything, but we're considering getting a transfer.
Yeah, Roger. Yeah, I got an interlock system. I don't have a...
This is clean.
So I don't restrict it from anything. On the metered box, I've got a lockout when I...
Puis il est ouvert là. Fait que... Marc Clodo qui sont à l'autre bout des radios. Fait que...
QRZ had said silent key, and it's got silent key January 30th of 2021.
Well, I'm going to cut the stream now. I think that's enough playing around. Thumbs up. Okay, anyhow. Where are we? There we are. Live long and prosper. Everybody have a very Merry Christmas and a happy and healthy New Year. I'm going to cut the stream now. VA3KBC signing off.